Hello, and welcome back to the Holistic Frugivore Podcast, where we go within and learn how to heal ourselves from within. So I'm Jess. Stumbling today. I'm your host, and I have my 3.5-year-old with me right now. So if you hear little voices behind me, that is what is there. My other two boys are gone for the day, so he is with me. I wanted to talk today about, it's going to be a little bit of a quicker episode just because I wanted to touch on a topic that I think is really prevalent when we're in kind of the alternative healing modalities. And that is the holistic remedies and how that differs from true healing. Because once we kind of step out of mainstream medicine, we get bombarded with all of these natural options. We have all of these natural alternatives of all of these products that claim to be these miracle healers. So a more recent one you may be hearing of is MMS. I think that's Miracle Mineral Solution. I had looked into that years ago. I actually have the DSMO, which is a chemical component of the MMS. But we have essential oils, we have herbals, we have homeopathics. We have crystals and energy healing. All of this stuff, supplements, everything else, all of these like trendy. I don't want to say trendy, because a lot of things have been around for a long time, but it's all things that do, we kind of fall into the trap of thinking holistic remedies are meant to take the place of a medication. So we still come from that aspect of treatment-based thinking of what natural alternative will do what my medication says it will do. But I don't want the medication. I want to seek the natural option. And that is really people's first step into alternative healing, is that seeking the holistic remedy. Now, I feel that there is definitely a process of stepping away from allopathic medicine and the journey of coming into true sovereign self-healing. So you come through those holistic remedies seeking that treatment-based healing until you come all the way to the end of that tunnel and realize none of those things are the solution. They're all just treatments. The same way your pharmaceutical medications are treatments. They're just treatments in a less harmful way. In a more natural way, as a lot of people claim the natural alternatives. But a lot of them can have, I don't want to say damaging side effects, but the same type of dependency that you get with a medication, like seeking supplements. And then you're attached to a supplement forever, or, and a lot of doctors now are also, do you hear him? Are also recommending certain supplements, like vitamin D is one that they always recommend for newborns now. And it's a common thing recommended in pregnancy and like in winter months and all that stuff. But there's a lot of, and I've gone deep into vitamin D supplementation. I will never recommend a vitamin D3 supplement for anybody, because there's a lot of, it's a hormone. First of all, vitamin D is produced within your body. It's not a nutrient that you get from your food. You can, but the primary source of your vitamin D production is exposure to sunlight and earth, which initiates vitamin D production within your body. So taking supplements for these things almost, over a longer period of time, melatonin is another one. Taking these types of supplements over a longer period of time stalls your body's ability to create it itself. So again, we come back to the treatment-based thinking of putting this kind of Band-Aid on top of something that is much deeper within your bodily functioning that is not working to efficiency. And that is where we always come back to this level of detoxification that needs to take place. Completely stripping down the body's nutrition, cleaning it out of all stagnation and congestion and mucus, everything that is backed up within your colon and intestines, and just removing all of the junk so that your body can regenerate. And that is literally how you heal everything. It's not a Band-Aid process. Even the herbs, as much as I love and appreciate herbs because it's, especially going to forage, I have a hard time even purchasing herbs from anybody else anymore because I've come to the same conclusion of quality issues, and a lot of like teas, even just to have contaminants on them, even just the tea bags that they're put in, the loose leaf teas that are put in the little bags are often bleached, and there's so much contamination involved in our food industry that we don't even consider. And the more we have these products, it builds up in your system, and then you reach this level of toxicity that creates disease. So that is really where the raw foods and the stripping down of the body is the ultimate solution. And that doesn't, as always, that does not mean that you have to only eat fruits for the rest of your life, because that's not always the most sustainable either when we look at a planet of the size and the population that it is, unless we are really focused on creating new, and we do have this ability of creating new potentials for growing. We have such potential for being able to grow foods year round. And that is my ultimate goal, is seeking that ability in the Midwest of growing certain fruits and raw foods throughout the year in a larger scale to be able to provide for community. And a lot of companies are trying to do that now as well through hydroponics and other things. So that is really our way forward, is understanding that the holistic remedies, our natural healing options, really they're not the solutions. None of those things, nothing outside of the human body is the true healer. None of those are the cure. Let go of the idea that there's anything outside of your body that is going to cure it of anything. Once you understand that simple, very simple concept, then you can truly reflect into your potential for healing and where your power comes in to your own self-healing and state of wellness, and how you can thrive without any of those holistic modalities, without any of those supplements and surface level solutions. I mean, we are bombarded all the time with all these like new miracle cures for this and that. And we see it even more prevalently right now when we have this new coronavirus thing happening and we have this new vaccine. And then there's all these other things that are being thrown on us that are saying, this cures it, this cures it. These are all the ways that you can cure it yourself, when we're not understanding that all any of this illness is is a reflection of your own state of health. And I do believe that there is some sort of outside exposure, initiant of this level of illness, but for the most part, it's just a reflection of your own inner need for healing. And I've said this before too, but there's no such thing as a flu season or a sick season. The reason more people get sick during cold months is because that is when we are exposed to more colder airs, and that cold air is a very alkalining thing. So as you get more exposed to the cold air and the cold environments, your body is seeking to alkalize. So all of these like respiratory and sinus symptoms are your body's trying to remove mucus and congestion that has been built up in your body for a while. And that is why it happens every year, the same symptoms to the certain people. All people who are prone to certain symptoms, it's because that's the weakness within their body. I am an example of someone I have a heart murmur, I have weak lungs, I have a long history of sinusitis. My symptoms with detoxification now, I'm working on getting all of it out and healing that stuff. Why I'm passionate about this is that I understand the level of degeneration and the congestion within my body that has built up over years. And that is why I continue to have the same types of symptoms come up when I have illness, when I'm sick. And it's interesting to note, though, that none of my family have been sick this last year. We've had subtle things like food poisoning type symptoms, just stomach upsets, like 24-hour bug type things. But none of us have had any type of severe illness. Ironically, considering how we're told this is such a deadly virus and how terrible the state of the world is in right now. And really, we're all just, for the most part, at a very peak level of toxic bodies. And that is even more obvious when you see the amount of cancer and people who die from cancers and heart diseases every year. That alone will tell you our state of health. And to claim to be the greatest medical system in the world while we're also treating all of these such chronically degenerated bodies. It's a medical system created on the idea of treating sick people, not creating vital, well society, not living in a vitality and longevity of well health. It's treating sick, degenerated bodies. So I'm going to leave it at that for today. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you who are listening right now. And if you would like to have a discovery call with me, please email me or go to my website. I will link below. And as always, you can follow my YouTube channel, my Instagram, and my Facebook page. Links will all be below. I appreciate all of you. Sending you the most love and gratitude. Thank you.